the reason I never signed to EP, even though I had exactly the perfect contract that I wanted. We went back and forth. You gave me exactly what I wanted. We talked about it. I had a great person negotiating for me. He's a person I keep silent. I don't say his name, but he, you know, he's negotiated massive contracts before, and he does everything. Negotiated exactly how I wanted. Took out all the clauses that said you could fuck me over or whatever, you know, just to protect you. The ones that are in there to protect yourself. It's not necessarily in there to fuck me over, but anyways, took them out, made it where it protects me, etc. And the reason I never signed is because once we got to the final change, you said, I'll have it to you tomorrow.
Yeah.
And tomorrow came and it never came. And it took 2 weeks to get to me.
Yeah, it took 11 days. I went and counted.
Yeah.
That's the most recent messages. Yeah.
And in those 11 days, I, first of all, asked around. I was told that, you know, payments weren't on time, which that, I mean, I understand. If especially it's solely around business, cool. You're starting an org, etc. But in my head, that was like, okay, he gave me his word that I would have it tomorrow.
Yeah.
And it took 11 days without without really an update. Like, you know, maybe I'll have it soon or something, and still 11 days. Like, that's one of the things where it's like, okay, you gave me the deadline. I didn't even give you the deadline. It wasn't met. You know, it's like when an editor tells me I'll have this video done for you tomorrow, and I didn't even say I wanted it tomorrow. I'm like, okay, then you'll have it to me tomorrow. Like, I didn't even want it tomorrow, but sure, you said it.
Yeah.
So now it's not there, and then I get it 11 days later.
Yeah, no, look. So this is kind of one element of what I kind of referenced when I said, if I could go back and do things, you know, certain things differently, that is absolutely, look, I dropped the ball on that 100%. Now, what I dropped the ball on wasn't just turning around a contract, right? It was not communicating the kind of elements of kind of the minutia or the details that go within, okay, hey, we're good on a contract, and hey, we're actually signing it, right? There were all types of documents that in the US were required to get that I was waiting for, that again, I just didn't communicate. And
exactly.
So it's like,
and it wasn't personal. I didn't have a bad experience.
For sure.
In my head, it was just, I have to sign away my, you know, I'm signing my brand for, I think it was 3 months, was it, or 6 that we were talking?
We had a 6. Yeah, I think we had a 6. I think that was the one point you gave on.
Yeah. So that was in my head, you know, it's like, okay, it's starting, it hasn't even started, but it started, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like,
look, and that's absolutely, you know, a point where I wish going back, like I could have done it differently, right? I wish I would have been more communicative. I don't recall exactly what was going on in that period of time, but you know, one kind of I guess a common theme of an issue that I've heard from people that have, you know, we've engaged, et cetera, is that I haven't always been present. Totally fair, because this for me has always been a business that, look, it's a passion project, right? Like I can't even look at this as a business, and I sure as shit can't defend it as one to any of my peers, my investment committee, et cetera, because it just hemorrhages money and like without fail. And it's like, so I have to treat this as a project and not a business. And so long as that's the case, it's really, you know, it's hard for me to be engaged 24/7 the way that, you know, an org needs an owner to be engaged.